This is a background. Okay, we're doing it in black. It's spray painted black, so in case it gets a little thin in some areas, you can't see the wood color of the board.
Right.
And then she's going to be showing us how to spray paint.
How to spray paint on your resin to make a back. I'm making a background, but I'm showing you how to make your own gold leaf.
Okay, that's what it is.
Yeah, I'm showing you how to make your own gold leaf.
Okay, so this is the resin mix, 6 ounces, a 12 by 24 inch board. We don't want it really thick because it's just a background. And I'm going to pour it on here, and Joe Petty's going to spread it out with a silicone brush.
It's my little doggy brush.
Yep.
And today we're going to do gold leaf.
Sorry, Joplin, Bowie, and Cash. We stole a dog's brush to do this. Sorry. Okay, you start mixing over there, and I will go ahead.
Okay.
Because I'm getting the rest of this out. Okay, and I'll just put that over there.
Okay, so I'm just making a background, and I'm going to show Doris today how do you make your own gold leaf. I spray painted this board first with a black spray paint, just in case it doesn't, you know, show through. In case this black doesn't show through all the way, so because we have a little white spot there, but it'll get covered. And if it doesn't, like I said, on.
And after she shows me this, I'm going to do one later this week of my own, because I've got a thicker pine board than this, and I can take it outside and spray paint it and do the black.
Yeah, or you can do silver leaf, or you can do whatever, you know.
Yeah. But I will, because she's going to do this in an upcoming video on her channel when she does the design on it. This is just the background we're doing today.
Yep.
Now, Leggari doesn't need heat to get rid of the bubbles, okay? The bubbles usually pop all by themselves. Except for right
Pop it.
there. Well, I don't want to stick my finger.
You know what? I wonder if it's something that came off the brush. Remember I had those little...
Yeah.
It looks like one. Let me see if I can dig it
Okay.
out. It's kind of cool. Look at the little baby bubble, y'all. The little baby bubble.
Okay. See, is that a bubble?
I don't know. We'll see. And it doesn't matter because I'm spray painting over here, and this is just the background. All right, now.
Okay. Now, we're both putting our masks on. We're in a very ventilated room. I mean, it's got a really high ceiling. It's pretty open, everything, but we're still putting our masks on. Safety first.
You'll be using, I'm going to tell them our products, and a 2-inch brush. There you go.
Okay. This is one thing that we're using. No, return. I don't know which way's up and down. We're using this, and then we're going to be using a little chop brush like this. Okay, so first she's going to spray it.
All right, you ready, Doris?
Yep.
There we go. You hold the brush and come on this side because I'm going to go this way. And I'll tell you why I did that later. The bubbles are still popping from the resin. See that?
Yep.
That's all right. Okay, now I'm going to go out and blow the line out real quick. And then we have to let this sit for 5 to 8 minutes.
Okay, we're going to let it set for 5 to 8 minutes, and I will edit that out, and we'll be back.
Okay, so it's been about 8 minutes. And to me, it doesn't look like it's the gold isn't thick enough the way I wanted it. So I'm going to put another quick coat of gold on. See, I think what happened is I didn't wait for all the bubbles to pop as much as I wanted to, you know. And the resin couldn't breathe to pop them bubbles, you know. I just get a couple hours notice, you know.
Okay, now what are we gonna do?
Okay,
Dry.
so now, what we're doing now, let me get the fuzz off here. We're taking this 2-inch brush and we're gonna dab it like so. And making your own silver leaf. See how it's hardening a little bit?
Mm-hmm.
It's gonna be so pretty, and you can do any designs you want.
And I promise you guys that this video's on my channel, but when she finally puts hers up, I will show a short 2-minute video or 1-minute video of the finished piece with a link to her video of what she did next. Because of course this has to dry.
Yeah, and this is just a background because I like to make backgrounds and design the sides of paintings more than I do creating a painting. It's just something in me that I love painting the backgrounds. And see how it's hardening up? Some places where it's loose, I should have maybe even let it set longer. But some places where the resin is soft, you know, it's going to blend. But the longer you wait, just a helpful hint because I should have waited longer, but the longer you wait, you're creating the gold leaf. Because see how it crinkles up in there? You want you want it to be crinkly. So sometimes you can let this, you should technically maybe let it sit for about 12 minutes. But this art resin is too thin. And I love Leggari's countertop resin and their flooring epoxy. But their art resin's very thin and hard to work with. But there is longer working time. But the problem is that when it's softens up, see how soft it gets?
Yeah.
It's not making the gold leaf, though. It has to be hard, you know?
I don't know if I mentioned it earlier or if I'm leaving that part in when I was just stirring the resin together, but this is the Leggari Art Resin, and it's a 2-to-1 ratio, 2 parts of resin, 1 part hardener, and we mixed up 6 ounces, okay? And then all we did was spray paint the gold spray paint over it, and we've waited twice now. Here, let me switch places with you.
Do you want to try it? You want to do it?
Nah.
Okay. We've waited twice now. You said?
We waited more than 8 minutes to try to get this to set up the way she wanted it to. I love the design in it. I will be honest about that. But the Leggari is a little too thin for this. We'd have to let it set up even longer, I think.
Yeah, because see how it's crinkling, but yet it's also mixing, like mixative.
Yeah.
And I didn't want it to mix too much. That's why I put that extra coat on there, too, of the spray paint. Now, see, this is just like, if I really wanted to, I could let this dry and cure a little bit. It doesn't even have to cure yet. And then I could do it again. This could be like layer 1 if I really wanted to. Because, see, you're going to have to sand it anyway because the gold leaf is going to stick up. See how it does that? See where it's dry? You're making your own gold leaf here. And then you can sand it because, see, I don't care about it.
Resin is self-leveling, so it should.
Right. Right, because of the spray paint would flatten out. I'm just saying, like, if you wanted to do more and spray paint on top of it even more, or do a second layer, you can sand it if you want. That's why I'm not worried about the dust particles. Just in case something's sticking up, you can sand it down.
And I'm looking at it from the side, and it looks pretty level. There's one little bump right there, and I have no idea what that could be.
Probably just a clumpy something.
But that was the only bump that I saw.
Let's see how that spray paint just looks great on there.
Yes. Okay, so
we're gonna let this dry, and if you want me to put another coat of paint on there?
No. I mean, well, do you want to do it for whatever you plan on doing on top of it, or
no? Because I'm gonna let this is layer 1 for me.
Okay.
For what I'm gonna do.
So
I'm doing bucks and bullets, so
I will put a link down below when she finishes the piece, and a link to all the other process videos on what she does. But this is, she's just said this is layer 1. So I hope you enjoyed watching this video. If you liked it, give it a thumbs up. If you did, if you haven't yet, please subscribe. And click the little bell for the notification so you'll be notified when I have another video coming up. I love the resin right out of you guys. Bye for now.